Diamond here along with JL, bringing you another edition of Chuck and Jimmy's All-Stars.
Good dance, Chuck. I love it.
As we see Kandy Deluxe making his way to the ring, the fans love him, JL.
It's about time that he made it to Chuck and Jimmy's, even if it is on the All-Stars. I love it. I think he's a good candidate for the Hall of Fame, Chuck. I mean, I like everything about him.
Yes, indeed.
Even though I didn't on the Mud Show. We're not going to talk about that.
He's a nominee for Chuck and Jimmy's Regional Hall of Fame, as right now we're awaiting the entrance of his opponent for this match. Yes, indeed, it's the Time Playa.
He's like every other generic guy that come out of the indie scene. Look at him.
Well, right now, Time Playa making his way to the ring for this matchup with
Look,
Kandy
the camera
Deluxe.
froze. He's so generic.
Yes, and Kandy Deluxe, a fan favorite here, and the fans cannot stand the Time Playa.
I don't even know anything about this Time Playa. I don't care if he isn't a fan favorite. I still like Kandy Deluxe. What can I say?
Yes, indeed.
Japan all the way.
Yes, indeed. Kandy Deluxe in the middle of the ring.
Isn't he a J-pop star, Chuck?
Well, that's a story for another time, JL. As right now, Kandy Deluxe awaiting his opponent for this matchup, the Time Playa.
In Christmas time, didn't he put a mask on and call himself Kane? Candy Cane?
Well, JL, right now, we're not talking about that right now, JL. This is not the time and place. Kandy Deluxe, a nominee for Chuck.
It's never the time and place with you, Chuck.
Kandy Deluxe, a nominee for Chuck and Jimmy's Regional Hall of Fame.
I hope he wins.
Yes, indeed, we will have more inductees to come for the year 2023, JL.
I can see this top-notch camera work is done by you.
But JL, you're always blaming everything on me, as right now both competitors circling around one another.
When it's terrible, I blame it on you, Chuck, because you're usually responsible.
As right now, both men have yet to make contact with one another, and Time Playa looking to get approval from the crowd, JL.
Well, I'm afraid he's barking up the wrong tree, Chuck.
Yes, indeed he is. These fans do not like the Time Playa. And now Kandy Deluxe soaking in the adulation from this capacity crowd.
Look at him. He knows he's popular. It's what you get when you're a J-pop star.
As right now, Kandy Deluxe, both men, like I said, have yet to make physical contact with one another in this matchup.
I can do without seeing that.
Oh, I'm sure you can, as right now, both men...
See, it's your camera work, I swear.
Both men circling around one another, and a headlock by the Time Playa. Kandy Deluxe trying to fight his way out of that headlock. He hits the ropes, and a shoulder tackle takes down the Time Playa. He hits the ropes, drop down, leapfrog, Kandy Deluxe under, and Time Playa. What's he doing? Jogging in place, Jay. And a hip toss by Kandy Deluxe on the Time Playa. And another one takes down the Time Playa. And now an arm drag, and Kandy Deluxe with the decided advantage on the Time Playa as he cinches in that armbar.
This primetime guy, he's easily distracted. I think he likes shiny things. That's not going to work in your favor in this kind of a match, Chuck.
No, indeed it is not. And the Time Playa counters into a front face lock on Kandy Deluxe. And now he's cinching it in the middle, but now he releases the hold, and he goes right back to the headlock.
Well, I think he'll get out of this easy, Chuck, because he's Kandy Deluxe.
And now Kandy Deluxe countered into that hammerlock, and the Time Playa got to the ropes.
I think he'll take it all. I think he'll win it all. I think he'll win the gold. I think he'll win the match. I think he'll get the Hall of Fame recognition that he deserves. Because he is your Mr. Goodbar, Chuck.
Yes, indeed. And Time Playa goes right outside the ring after being on the receiving end of a drop kick by Kandy Deluxe. And Kandy Deluxe going right after him. He's chasing the Primetime Playa around the ring, and back in the ring they go. And Primetime Playa putting the boots to Kandy Deluxe.
Yeah, I hate to say this, Chuck, but I think Kandy Deluxe will end up getting the payday in the end, if you know what I mean.
Well, Kandy Deluxe a favorite to win this matchup indeed. His first appearance here on Chuck and Jimmy's All-Stars. And that leg drop across the second rope by the Primetime Playa.
He's going to be swinging for the fences like Baby Ruth.
That's an outdated reference, JL, as right now the Primetime Playa continue with the advantage on Kandy Deluxe, and a backbreaker takes down the hung stallion Kandy Deluxe, and now a slingshot elbow right to the chest of Kandy Deluxe.
Did you call him the hung stallion? I think that's obscene, Chuck.
Well, that was his nickname. As right now the Primetime Playa, he needs to go to work and stop mugging for the camera, JL.
Why I'd mug for the camera, Chuck?
Yeah, we see where that got you is right now.
What's that supposed to mean?
As right now, the Primetime Playa with that chin lock on Kandy Deluxe.
Well, he needs to get up. He needs to get up and he needs to take control of this situation or he's going to end up in trouble, Chuck.
Yes, indeed. Our nominee for Chuck and Jimmy's Regional Hall of Fame, Kandy Deluxe, in a lot of trouble here.
It could be a lot worse if he doesn't get with the program.
A flying clothesline takes down the Primetime Playa. Kandy Deluxe hooks a leg and only gets a 2 count.
It's close, Chuck.
A rake, a thumb to the eye by the Primetime Playa. Irish whip to the ropes, and a flying clothesline of his own takes down Kandy Deluxe.
It's kind of back and forth, Chuck, but I still think the Kandy Deluxe is going to end up winning in the end.
Primetime Playa went for another pinfall and only got a 2 count. If you don't get him the first time, what makes you think you're going to get him the second time? As right now,
luck. That's what I always decided on. Luck is what is 99% of how I won matches.
As right now, he scoops up Kandy Deluxe and he's flexing for the camera, and he takes him right down to the canvas with that body slam and a big leg drop right to the throat of Kandy Deluxe. He hooks a leg and he only gets a 2 count.
That's pretty close there, Chuck. This is looking good for Kandy Deluxe.
And the Primetime Playa hits the ropes, goes for. He went for that rocker dropper famouser. He paid dearly for that. Kick to the gut, and a kablooey takes him down. And now Kandy Deluxe has a leg hook, and he gets a 3 count. Your winner this week on Chuck and Jimmy's All-Stars, Kandy Deluxe.
I called it, Chuck. You owe me $10.